Hi, everybody. Today is February 3rd of 2025. Welcome to our class. Um, the first thing is that when you look at our Moodle page, you may or may not be able to see week 4, and that depends on whether or not your topic has been approved. So out of our class of 8 students, 5 students have had their topic approved, and I've made a note of this in the final discussion board of week 3. 3 students have not yet gotten their topic approved, and you need to get on that as soon as possible so that we can proceed with the amount of material that we need to cover as we're working toward the final execution of a written paper. So what we have done so far is we have taken a topic, and everybody who has been approved, the 5 people who've been approved to move on, have a topic that has been found to be great or suitable, at least, for a risk analysis paper. And as I've stressed over and over again, the biggest deal with this is that your paper has to be a risk analysis. It can't just involve the word risk, can't just involve the word danger or opportunity. We really have to do this through the lens of risk analysis. So every week from now on is going to be working with the topic that you have that's been refined, and we're going to find this broad topic that we've already taken down to a specific question. Now, those of you that have been approved, you are just about 92% there, or in some cases 100% there. But what we have right now is a topic, as you can see on your screen, and what we need to do is to get a working knowledge of the topic. And the way we do this is by doing a literature search. So the topic for today is to take the topic that you have and to do research on that topic. So there are a couple of different ways to do this, but in this class specifically, this week, I want you to find 5 sources that are academic in nature or professional in nature about your topic, and to write those 5 in APA format as references, which there are examples here, and to have 3 of them written down as an annotated bibliography. So getting back to sort of the format of how this should look, I have an example for you on your Moodle page that is a reference example. So the first thing we need to do is to write our references in APA format. So if you look at your screen right now, you will see what the reference page is going to look like. Now, the one thing I want to let you know is this is going to be part of your final paper. So this is going to be on your topic, and it's going to look like this. So basically, you take your 5, or it could be more, references. You can see I've got several here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and you write them like this, where they're in alphabetical order. You have the title of the paper, the journal or publication that you got it from, the volume, the pages, and then the DOI, or the permanent location. Most modern papers have a DOI where that would be permanently ensconced for you. And so if a DOI exists, I would expect that it would be part of your reference. Okay, now this is extraordinarily specific, what I have right now, right here. And I was just looking this up too, because I could not remember. DOI actually stands for Digital Object Identifier. So this line, the Digital Object Identifier, just shows you where that will live forever. All right, so basically, how do we get to the point where now we know what the references look like? I have some guides on our Moodle page about how to stylize these, in addition to the papers. So, or from addition to the references. So you may have different types of references that you would like to use, and you can use here on the Moodle page. There is a style guide that shows you how that's going to look for each kind of reference. So it's different for a journal article than it is for a book and so forth. But this is what you're going to be turning in by the end of the week with some elements of annotated bibliography. So we have examples here and we have a style guide here. And basically what you're going to submit is 5 references, 3 of which have this added piece, which is a very short description, 1 or 2 paragraphs of the nature of that paper. Okay, now continuing with this idea, where are you going to get your references? Well, you can get your references anywhere that you normally do research. Google is not a great spot, but you can search through a URL called Google Scholar, which is at scholar.google.com. I'll flash this up here for you. Just a second. We'll share this. Okay, and you type into the URL to the research locator, Google scholar.google.com, and then you can type in the nature of a paper that you might want. Like, for example, if I were going to create a business involving, let's say, business risks involving, oh, let's just say I was going to create a stationery store. Okay, so I would take a look at that and I would get a list like this. Then I don't know if all of these are going to be super or not. Um, but but I could take a look at these and see if these match my topic. Okay, so you may have to refine it. So you might say, oh, stationery doesn't really work. So let's say office supplies. And then we'll get a little bit more information if we do that. So Google Scholar is a place that you can look. You can also go to the Northwest College library, the Hinckley Library, and there are a bunch of databases there. So if you wanted to, for example, look at, let's just say we were looking at a sport, you could say risks involved in, let's say, professional gymnastics. Okay. And then we could see what came up here. All right. So once again, you're going to get a whole bunch of stuff, but you want to limit it by not only, here, let me share this. You're going to limit that not only by getting it specific to what you are talking about and what your paper is going to be about, what your topic is about, but also maybe papers that you can get a full PDF of. In other words, unless the paper just looks super, you don't necessarily want to purchase it. So it's really great if there is a complete PDF available of that paper. So those are just some ideas when you start doing your research. Now, in order to get 5 papers that suit your topic, you're going to probably read at least the abstract of a lot of these papers, probably, I might guess, 30 or 40. So you'll read you'll pull up that list, you'll see what has PDFs, you'll look at the abstract, and then you'll make a decision. Is this going into my annotated bibliography? Is this going into my reference list? And the answer for most of them is probably going to be no. But when you find the 5 that you like, you'll present 3 of them as an annotated bibliography, which there's an example on the Moodle page for that as well. And then the other 2 you will just have as references. But so write it. Here is what the annotated bibliography looks like. So here we go. You'll see that the format is very much like the reference page, okay? But you just put a paragraph or 2 underneath. So here's an example of an annotated bibliography in APA format. So here's the reference, which is going to go on your reference page, and you'll have 5 of those, but on 3 of them, you'll also have this annotated bibliography. Now, you don't just copy the abstract, but you read through the paper and you determine its suitability as one of your references based on your topic, and you write a paragraph or 2 about it, not a repeat of the abstract, but a summary of the paper. Okay. All right, so that's what your writing assignment is going to be for this week. Your reading assignment becomes very individualized because it's going to be reading a lot of these different papers. And then you'll find 5 of them and you will put them into a reference page, 3 of which you will create that paragraph, which constitutes the annotated bibliography. So even though there's a lot of reading this week, the reading is very individual, isn't it? It's not like there's something, except for the guidelines, there's nothing that I have posted on the Moodle page because it's all about you and your paper. So it's a really good idea when you're writing to not go broad. When you start reading things, you're going to find things that are very interesting to you, and they may or may not fit into your topic. So you have to be very careful to choose your 5 references carefully, including those 3 that you write the annotated bibliography for, because otherwise you're going to go off topic. And so everything that you do today needs to fit into your topic. All right, so if you look at our page, then we have a little bit of information here. First of all, you don't get to see this until your topic is approved. So the 5 people for whom the topic is approved, this section, week 4, Monday, February 3rd through Sunday, February 10th, should be available. If it is not available to you, you need to get a hold of me right away, and we need to work that out. There will be this content from the Zoom meeting. There will also be this idea, this video of honing your topic through the lens of risk analysis. And this is just a little graphic describing how that works. Then there's a paper here about how to write a research question, which will come a little bit later. You need to get this research done first. You have a topic, and then you're going to do your research, write your reference page, write your annotated bibliography, and then next week we'll be writing a research question. But once again, need to make sure that we have this framed as a risk management or a risk analysis topic. And then you watch this video about how to perform qualitative risk analysis. And then we have a risk analysis template. Both of these are valid for watching when you start to think about moving to the next level. Then to frame this risk, we have effect, which is the impact. We have a probability, which is the likelihood, the risk appetite. Different people have different appetite for risk and a risk tolerance and a risk threshold. So these are the way that we want to look at what we're doing. So even if you fully plan on executing your topic, you fully plan on creating the business that you're talking about, you still need to go through this. And you need to even get to the point where you say, at what point would this risk become unacceptable to me? Okay, whether that's financial, personal, time, regulatory, whatever it is. That's how we have to approach it. All right, so here's all the material. So by next Sunday, you will have, well, it's not actually by next Sunday. We're going to work on this for 2 weeks, but we're going to do some more work in the following week. But well, this is actually going to have to be changed. The annotated bibliography will be due by next Friday or next Sunday, which is the 10th, in order to keep us from getting behind schedule. All right, so if you have questions, please let me know. If you've not gotten access to this week, you need to refine your topic to where you do. And so in the meantime, take a look at the library databases or go to Google Scholar, or if you have good books or good material on what you're researching, you can use that as well. But in any case, by the end of the week, 5 references, 3 of which have paragraphs describing the reference, and those 5 references will form the basis for your final paper. So make sure that your topic is well represented with these 5 references. In order to get those 5 references, you may have to read at least the abstracts of 30 or 40 different documents. So this is a big reading week. All right, everybody, if you have any questions, please get a hold of me. I will be available all week, and I'll look forward to reading your material. We do not have a discussion board because we're just moving ahead with the research. So let me know what I can help with, and I'll look forward to talking to you during the week. Have a great day.